If you can be alone, you will accept anything. Not because you don't know better, but because silence feels heavier than you respect. And that's where a lot of women get stuck. And you probably seen this before.
You're supposed to care about me more than anything. Like, this man literally hates my guts, and I have no idea why. I'm damn near perfect to this man. I'm not even bullshitting y'all. Like, I just don't know what else to do.
That right there. That's not love. That's fear of being alone. A lot of women are afraid of bad relationships. They're afraid of being by themselves. So they stay, they tolerate, they adjust, not because it feels right, but because being alone feels worse. And when you're in that state, your standards don't disappear overnight. They slowly get negotiated. It doesn't happen all at once. It's subtle.
Done understanding. I am done staying with people who do not deserve my presence. I am done feeling shitty about shitty people's behavior. I am done feeling guilty. I am done believing that I am unlovable. And I am done being okay with the absolute bare minimum bottom of the barrel love.
Little by little, you start accepting things you once said you would never. When you don't feel comfortable alone, you start confusing attention with connection. A text feels like an effort. Inconsistency feels normal. And presence start to feel like a love. Because you're not choosing them. You're choosing relief. Relief from loneliness, silence, and relief from yourself. And this is where it shows up the most. I gave you a chance again and again and again and again. That feeling, that's not connection. That's emotional dependency. That's how women end up in situationships, in one sided relationships, and experiencing constant confusion. Not because they want less, but because they haven't learned how to sit with more silence, more truth, more self awareness. Because being alone forces you to face things you can easily ignore when someone else is there. And the part most people ignore.
When you stop making your whole life about being in a relationship, life is so much better. You know what I mean? Like, you get to find yourself outside of another person. You get to enjoy your alone time. You don't have to answer to anyone. Yeah, all the cute relationship stuff makes you want to be in a relationship.
Because it's uncomfortable, but it's also necessary. Let's be honest. Some people don't miss the person, they miss the distraction. They miss having someone to text, someone to think about, someone to fill the empty space. When there is a void of emptiness in your life, it can amplify the things you've been trying to ignore or avoid. This means that your thoughts, which might have been in the background, become more prominent and difficult to ignore. Likewise, your insecurities, which are often buried beneath daily distraction, can surface and feel more intense. Your doubts, which you might usually push aside, can also become clearer and more persistent. This intensified awareness of this internal struggle can be challenging, but also provides an opportunity to confront and address them. And this is something a lot of women realize too late.
I don't miss him. I miss the attention. Our conversations weren't even that deep for me to think about him as much as I did.
It was never about him, it was about what he was feeling. But being alone isn't the issue. The problem lies in you not knowing who you are when you're alone. Because when you actually learn to be by yourself, everything changes. You stop entertaining inconsistency. You stop explaining your worth. You stop settling for almost fulfillment. Not because you become cold, but because you become clear. And this is what that shift looks like.
The clarity that you get after being single for X amount of time, like the clarity that you get once you are completely over that man, like completely. Oh my gosh. Like, I feel like my brain has been rewired. I would have never thought that I would have got to this point of bliss, this point of peace, this point of not giving a like, I don't give a rat's ass. I don't think about the man. I'm not sad. I don't miss him. I don't anything. I don't stalk anymore. I don't care who he talks to. I don't care anything. Nobody would have ever thought I would have got to this point. And I'm sure so many people could relate. Like, I know I'm not the only one.
That's what happens when you're no longer afraid to be alone. When you're okay alone, you don't rush into connections. You observe, you take your time, and choose carefully because you're no longer looking for someone to complete your life. You are looking for someone who will adapt to it, and that changes everything. Being alone teaches you standards, it teaches you patience and self respect. So instead of asking, why am I alone? You should start asking, does this align with me? If you can be alone, you will accept anything. But when you can, you start choosing everything differently. If this video make you reflect, like it and subscribe. And thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate for everybody that is supporting this channel. Thank you for all of my subscribers and choose growth, choose awareness, but most importantly, choose a relationship that chooses back. I'll see you in the next one.